Now, first story, a raging inferno that ravaged some structures at Odoko, Buzia has rendered some of the residents homeless. The fire that started around 11 p.m. Sunday evening gutted some shops and wooden structures that served as homes for some of the residents. Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba has been speaking to some of the residents who have been given an account of the incident. Member of Parliament for the area, Ekwai Friye, also spoke to Joy News.
So we're currently here at Odoko, Buzia. Yesterday around sometime around 11 p.m. An inferno ravaged some structures, some makeshift structures, I should say, here at this place. In fact, when you come here today, even though personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service have doused the flames, you can still see smoke billowing from some of the burnt, properties here. What you can see here right now, in fact, this makeshift structure has been reduced to charcoal. Actually, a lot of things here are charred, burnt beyond recognition. In fact, you can see this mattress here, some personal effects, clothing, some cooking utensils, all of them completely burnt and rendered useless here. What we gather from some of the residents living at this place, they say that a 14-year-old boy was the one who started the fire unintentionally, though, because he was using a candle in the room, and they believe that the candle was what started the fire yesterday. There's an old woman here who is, sobbing uncontrollably. She lost an amount of 500 Ghana cedis. She tells us she also lost some personal effects. A sewing machine she bought for her daughter recently was also razed down completely by the fire. Let's have interactions with her, find out from her how she's dealing with the situation, how the fire really started, and then what the future holds for her. Mommy, Pacho Frosting.
From Antiama.
Antiama. Pacho Ejano Estat. Send us first here.
Me daoni benyane minti jane fa say. E wo baby Apollo no. Ti me wu ya me pie no. Me down na me sole na me ye me beji na me porch ni mu nti o si jane ba na me wo me ko na efi me wo me ko na jane fa nti ade me twe ye bed sheet a me de me pia abantim pan sa bed sheet ni me fefe nti me de me hu naked na me di pie ye.
Okay, well, her name is Auntie Ama. She says yesterday she had to come out naked from her room. She only had to use a blanket to cover her nakedness yesterday when it was brought to her notice that there's fire here. Diana, what's real and
me machine, me niama nyina me ameyi bibia, me bibia, me sika, me bibia, me be ni bibia. Ye nyehwe ade ye nyina ya deda o. Ya deda nti ade no esi ya sole ya na chese aha na she papa. Ye nya ho hwe emfa.
She says she lost everything in the process. A sewing machine that she bought for her daughter was also completely burnt.
Since from yesterday night, not even a grown-up person has come and sympathize with us. Which kind of problem is that? None of grown-up people has come and visit us. Why should they be do that to you? We are begging, Nana. We collect loan from ASA, at the Shemai, all our papers, all our money. We beg, Nana, Auntie Rebecca. We beg you. MPP sold people. One moment, try ye.
What do you do?
I sell wigs and cosmetics. Yeah.
Wigs and cosmetics?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you lose in Inferno yesterday?
I lost everything. I didn't even take a single thing. My television, my chairs, everything. I lost everything. Yes.
If you had to do a guesstimation of how much it's going to be, what was the price of what you've lost?
More than 5,000.
More than 5,000?
Yes, because the wigs are expensive lately. I went to the market recently, like a week ago, before this thing happened, and I lost a lot. Yes.
What kind of wigs are we talking about? Peruvian hair, Brazilian hair?
Peruvian, I sell Brazilian, I sell Euphoria, I sell Nature, and then the amount of things in my shop, some worth 100 cedis, 200, 150 for one. So you can imagine how much I've lost. So much. So much.
I mean, did you insure your shop against unforeseen circumstances like this one?
Yes.
Do you have any insurance at all?
Yeah. They came round to write our names, and then my shop is registered. So I don't know. They came
with an insurance company.
No, it's not an insurance company. I don't know. I don't actually know the company, but they came around to take our names, our ID card, and then everything.
Okay, so I have with me here Francisca Ajabin. Francisca actually lost a lot of clients' clothes, kente, lace, and all of that yesterday. Tell me, at what time did you get the news?
I get the news around 2 o'clock. When I was sleeping, somebody called me that the Bisa Junction is burning. So that I did not get any transport to that place, no. So I waited for this morning. When I come, people's clothes, a lot of clothes, kente, lace, a lot of things, all my glass, everything, machine, including the machine, everything inside, spoiled. All gets burnt.
So you've lost everything?
Everything. Everything.
So what are you going to tell your customers right now? Like when they call you, because I'm sure some of them will be waiting for their clothes, for their weddings, their funerals, and all of that. What exactly are you going to tell them?
Okay, I know if something like this happening, a lot of people get to hear that a place has got burned. So I know what to tell. If I tell them, by all means, they will know that it gets burned. By not that I've lost it or I've spent their things. I know they will understand it.
You've seen your member of parliament here, and you've seen other officials, non officials here. What are you hoping? What kind of help are you hoping to get from them?
I know. By all means, they will help us. I don't know a kind of help they will give us, but I know definitely they will give us something.
Is to give a great sympathy to the people who lost their things in the area, their properties. As you can see, we have lost a lot of things. People's clothes, hairdressing equipments, and vulcanizing equipments, a lot of things. Cash, which of course we can't, what have you. The only thing first I would say is they should take heart. We are crying with them, we are wailing with them, we are weeping with them, and I know that at the right time, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will give a response or a remark concerning this issue. The first thing also is, this place was not actually rented to anyone. But they have been here for more than 30 years, and they are our people. They are Ghanaians, that's what I mean. And since they are Ghanaians, they are our people. And when a Ghanaian goes through difficulty or there is a problem, you need to sympathize with the person. And this is where they have taken care of their families till university and all that. I know most of them lived here when they had nothing. They have sold here over the years and have been able to live and survive with their families. So it's very pathetic. I don't know actually what happened that came about this. But then I learned that somebody lighted a candle in the night, and probably he slept or something, and it went, this way. We can't particularly say one person caused the problem. It is not pinpoint who did it and how it came about, but it is a hearsay that a candle was lighted yesterday and this and that and that. So I would first say that when such issues comes up, people will blame others. You did it, this one did it, this one. Nobody should blame anyone to bring up any confusion. Okay. We should all sympathize with each other and see how best we can solve the problem. It's very important. Okay. You see that at the end of the day, they will start fighting. It is this man's son who did it. Let's go and beat him, or let's go and ask him another. Nobody should blame anyone.
Away from that fire incident, the National Union of Ghana Students is inviting female rights advocates to partner it in developing a solution to suicide among females in tertiary institutions. Office of the Women's Commissioner of NUGS believes increasing interaction with female students is crucial to providing the needed help. This follows 2 incidents of suicides involving female students at KUNIST and the University of Ghana campuses. Speaking at the Ghana Tertiary Women's Summit in Kumasi, Women's Commissioner for NUGS, Betty Ashen, told Loud News her outfit wants to build the confidence of female students. Nanaya Ojima reports.
Though causes of these suicides remain a mystery, the Women's Commission of NUGS intends to tour all university campuses to motivate and build confidence of female students. Women's Commissioner for NUGS, Betty Shan, says strengthening counseling sections of the offices of Women's Commissioners holds long-term promise.
A lot of women in our country have shown concern. Myself, I want to come up with a program that we would have institutional tour, we'll have counseling session. If I am not there, I'm sure the women commissioners in those various institutions will handle that session. I'm sure from time to time, when this thing is said and done, we'll have some kind of flair or a new era. With what, you know, we all go through challenges in life. As a growing woman, you will meet challenges, but that doesn't tell you to commit suicide. It doesn't tell you to end your life. There's more ahead of us. If you don't find someone and confide in, or someone who will mentor you and share your problems with, that is where you end up your life. But when you meet people around, your friends, your women's commissioner, your dean of students, you share your problems, people you can trust on campus, you share your problems with them, and I think it will be half solved. But when you keep your issues within you, that is where you kind of get lost, and then you end up your life.
Speaking at the event, CEO of Stratcom Africa, Esther Koba, said parents have a role to play in dealing with suicide.
Paralyze them. When you recognize the barrier, then that could even become an opportunity for you. So every individual should look at what they want to be and what is realistic for them to be, because sometimes also we make choices that are unrealistic. So you look at yourself as an individual, you look at the context in which you find yourself, and determine what are barriers to what you want to achieve.
Nanaya Ojima reporting.
On to some sad news. 14 persons have been confirmed dead, with over a dozen in critical conditions when an articulated truck rammed into a sprinter bus at a pump junction in the central region. Richard Kojanyako has more in the following report.
The 14 people that perished in the accident Sunday afternoon are suspected to be family members returning from a funeral at Ekunfi Imuna. It had to be an unsuccessful overtaking of a Ford vehicle to snuff out such precious lives clad in their Thanksgiving clothes. 12 females and 2 males they were, with over 10 critically injured at the Winneba Trauma and Accident Center and the Apam hospitals. Their destination, Kaswa, was just 20 minutes away from the scene of the accident. Family members who arrived to the scene are distraught and broken-hearted. Apam District Police Commander ASP Sefasejani explains to Joy News the outcome of their preliminary investigations.
At about 3 o'clock, the Mandiza articulator trailer was heading towards Takrady. The Ford bus was behind it. All of a sudden, the Ford bus overtook the articulator, but did not go far away. The articulator truck driver, instead of hitting the back of the Ford bus, rather decided to swerve to his offside, which is the other lane for vehicles from Makesim direction to Accra. In the process, we had a headlong collision with the sprinter bus from Kofi Emuna from a funeral. So far, 14 people have died. The drivers will exercise patience. Unnecessary overtaking is not needed.
Well, away from that tragic incident, an environmentally friendly technology that is an advanced option to traditional methods of irrigation has been introduced in Ghana. The Waterboxx technology is a tree planting device designed to help efforts aimed at stopping global warming and to promote afforestation. The Waterboxx technology that is being piloted will be used to plant 1,000 fruit and commercial trees at Mafe and Foye in the central Tong district of the Volta region. Among the trees to be planted are mahogany, mango, orange, cashew, pear, among others. The project is being funded by the German International Corporation and facilitated by the African Afforestation Association, supporting with €9,400.
The Waterboxx technology is used to promote planting and growth of any kind of plant in Sahara areas. The technology has been very effective in other parts of the world, including the United States and some Arab countries. The Waterboxx is an option to the traditional methods of irrigation. The device is designed to serve as an incubator for 1 to 3 plant samplings, stores and slowly supply a liter of water to the plant. After 12 months, when the plants have set down long roots and grown strong enough, the device is removed. The project manager, Anna Lawrence, explained the project forms part of the government's plan to support Ghana fights climate change.
I think it's depending on the people from the village. We will come every year and make sure that everything keeps sustained. And of course, if they see the results within 1 year, probably they will have more energy to invest more time on it. Because like I say, we are not the people who are going to benefit out of it. Instead, the villages, the people who live in the village, and this is, if it's good for them, it's also good for everybody. And we'll keep on sustaining it, coming and checking that everything works. Otherwise, we won't be here.
Is it only going to remain in the Volta region, or you intend to send it to other parts of the country?
Yes, we're also going to go to other parts from the country, in the north region. This is where we call it pilot project. Actually, we just only call it pilot project because we don't know if how people are going to accept it, but we know that it's working. So if everything works like how we plan it here, then the north region, it won't be also a problem. So the reason why we did this project here, because Ghana was one of the countries was listed by the German government for the climate changes. Anything what we can do in Ghana to protect the climate and to help the people in the region.
A former minister in the Mahama-led government and a director at the Afforestation Association, Jifa Ativo, said over 50,000 trees are expected to be planted in the Volta region using the Waterboxx technology and later replicated in other parts of the country.
Successful, they will continue to support the project. So we're just making sure that this one succeeds so that they will find it worthy to support a bigger project. The overall aim is to do a 50,000 acre project, which will involve a lot of funding. So if the government can also come in and support us, we are willing. But I know government itself is concerned about the climate change and the depletion of the environment. So if they come on board, provide funding, we'll be happy to set up the factory here and produce the Waterboxxes and make it easier, because when you buy it from Holland, you pay freight, you pay duty, and all those things increase the cost of purchase of the Waterboxxes. So we would like to, all well-meaning NGOs or state agencies or governments, to support our costs so that we can put up the factory and manufacture the Waterboxxes and create jobs for our people.
Chief of Mafi Amfoy Togbe Dran Abuetaka was grateful to the Afforestation Association for the initiative.
We, the chiefs and people of Mafi Amfoy and its surrounding communities, have the pleasure in welcoming you all to this historical and memorable occasion. Historical because it is the first of its kind in the sub-Saharan Africa, using grasses Waterboxx to plant trees. Memorable because we are very honored indeed. The people of these communities are mainly peasant farmers. Their main crops include cassava, maize, peanuts, tomatoes, pepper, okra, and watermelon. Animal husbandry is also practiced.
The project, which will span for 18 months, would engage 1,500 residents as workforce. Fred Kwame Asaris reports for Joy News.
You're watching Joy News today with me, Benis Abubedu. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying here on Joy News today. Now, the heartbreaking documentary on how dreadful it is to give birth at the Okonfa-Nortye Teaching Hospital will air this evening at 8 p.m. here on Joy News, on Joy FM and Love FM at 8 p.m. Now, this special assignment throws the spotlight on how about 4 new babies die every day due to congestion and how an abandoned maternal and child health center started in the 1970s is yet to be completed. Ahead of the airing of this piece put together by Seth Kwame Boateng, Love FM's Erastus Asari Donko has been speaking to some patrons of the Okonfa-Nortye Teaching Hospital.
This is the story about 2 facilities. One is a challenge, the other is a solution to the challenge. Now, just to my right here, up this hill, is Okonfa-Nortye's maternity block, the old one. The challenge there, the lack of space, the congestion. Mothers have died, babies have lost their lives because of lack of space. Doctors will have to choose at what time to attend to who goes first. Many mothers who have just delivered sleep on the floor. Some lie side by side on one single maternal bed to receive drips. This is a challenge, but the solution to that challenge is the building behind me. This tall edifice is a 1,000-bed capacity maternal block. That is a solution to Okonfa-Nortye's maternal space congestion problems. It has been sitting here in the elements for over 40 years. It was started in the Champon regime. Successive governments have paid a lip service to its completion. Now, the special assignment, the documentary Next to Die, seeks to put a spotlight on the completion of this project as a panacea to Okonfa-Nortye's congestion problems at its maternal department. As you can see, this has several floors. There are several theaters in there, and so much space for our mothers to occupy. So it will want to expand the work of doctors. We will have to bring in more doctors. It will also help in the discharge of their duties to help our mothers get enough space to deliver in peace. Now, there are many people who are so happy with the completion of this. They have heard the campaign that multimedia is mounting to get this completed, and there are people who are so excited. This man has lived here for so many years. He's seen how this started, how successive governments have indeed delayed this progress.
Successive governments have failed since a Champon regime up to now. I've been in the barracks for over 25 years, but there's nothing done about it. Rain has beaten the room always. Yeah, nothing has been done about it. So I'm hopeful you can help us to complete it.
Well, that special assignment is today at 8 p.m. on this particular channel on Joy 99.7 FM and on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Now, all polytechnics that assumed technical university status after their conversion last year are yet to receive state funding and support. Government in September last year signed into law a bill to convert 8 out of the 10 polytechnics into technical universities. But 7 months after assuming university status, beneficiaries are yet to receive support to improve infrastructure and other logistics. Acting Vice Chancellor of the Kumasi Technical University, Professor Isiama Yaboa, is hopeful of government support but admits the school's new status brings a lot of pressure on infrastructure. Ohiming Terrier has more.
The then Kumasi Polytechnic ranked first among all polytechnics in the country. Authorities have been busy formulating new policies to match its technical university status. Besides these policies, Authorities want to see infrastructure improved as they introduce top-up programs for HND holders alongside 4-year bachelor degree programs. Acting Vice Chancellor Professor Esiama Yeboah envisaged infrastructure challenges as authorities submit 29 more programs to the National Accreditation Board for approval.
We were converted in September 2016. And remember, don't forget that there was also going to be election in December 2016. So I believe that the government attention by then was on the election. And we have also had a new government. We just even had the budget just the beginning of this month. So I'm pretty sure that the government will support us, because the conversion cannot be just only math conversion, that we have converted polytechnics into technical university without accompanying infrastructure. So I believe that the government, when settled, will give us the necessary support. But as we speak, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of other resources, we have not received anything from the government yet. It's very, very critical, because if, assuming we're running about, say, 30 programs with the existing infrastructure, and we add 20 or 29 or even 10, let me say 10, because even when we were running the HND and the top-up programs, we were still in difficulty. It got to a point that we even hired some rooms, lecture halls from a new Oxford preparatory school. So now that we're going to add all these programs, then in fact I would say it's very, very critical.
But why has it taken government several months to resource technical universities? Professor Yeboah Esiama explains.
Let's look at the situation. September 2016, there was election in December. So, politicians always want to have power. So within September and December, between September and December, the government was working on probably the elections. And unfortunately, that government also lost the election in December. We have put in place a new government. The new government has just presented its budget. As we speak, the budget has not even been approved. The parliament has just started with the discussion. So we cannot say that it's a math convention. But once the budget is approved, I believe that we'll have our fair share.
Away from the educational sector, President of the Ghana Institute of Procurement and Supply, Collins Agyemang Sapong, has emphasized the need to build the capacities of procurement officers and the Public Procurement Authority. In an interview with Joy News earlier, Mr. Agyemang Sapong attributed the many cases of poor dealings at the Procurement Authority to lack of requisite skill and professionals there. Now, he adds government's decision to oversee sole-sourced projects could cost the state more.
Sole source or single source is not wrong. It's a method. But you need to have the situations present before you applying it. But as it is, we saw that some deals were just going through sole source, like the bus branding. It will be difficult to agree that it was an emergency or an urgent item that needed to be done at that particular moment, but it went through sole source. So I believe those things that inform the current government to see that, look, I think people have been doing underhand dealings there. So before we give sole source, let it come to us, let us look at it. But I think we need to look at the costs to that cabinet overseeing before it comes to PPA. I will suggest that we need to get technical people at PPA level. The board members should have the wherewithal to handle some of this technical and dynamic procurement issues, so that at that level we can handle it. About 90% of the issues that we hear, or the misapplication of the Procurement Act and stuff, when you go deeper into it, you see that the core procurement guys are not involved in that. Okay. But I'm using 90% because you definitely have some bad nuts within the fraternity. Now, you are talking of 10%. I always tell people that your perception about me, so you are. You know, we've created a perception that procurement people should take something or they take something before they give you contract. That's why they've coined this 10% brown envelope.
But does it happen?
From the professional side, I don't think any professional procurement guy with the right training and the ethical background should solicit money from a vendor or a supplier before giving a contract. You have to go through the process and let suppliers win on merit.
Well, that's how we end the segment.